All right, the break is over. It is time for the World Tour to take over Amsterdam 2025 here from the NDSM Wharf in one of Europe's most incredible cities. In fact, Amsterdam celebrating 750 years today. So happy anniversary, Amsterdam. From me, the voice of 3x3, Kyle Montgomery. Shout out to 3x3 Unites, putting on another incredible World Tour event here for the third consecutive year in the damn. Boz Rosendahl will be joining me here shortly, and we'll get you all prepared and ready for what to expect in this next contest. It'll be our first game in Pool A. We've had 3 games so far today. And how about the defending World Tour final, the defending Olympic champions, Amsterdam/Netherlands, led by height-worthy De Jong. Of course, Brian Alberts, Jan Driessen, Martin Balkenende, one of 2 Dutch teams in the field. We'll get introduced to them up next, but here are their opponents. New look, Carolina. That's right, I said it properly. Carolina, formerly known as Puerto Rico. A new name, but the same goals in mind. New management on this Carolina team, and a couple of new faces who will take the court here first. And so bring in some length inside and some guard play as well. They added Brian Gonzalez Colon. He played on the 4th-place Lucelle Challenger team. Also some Nations League experience. Also Nathaniel Henry Butler Lind, who also featured on that Lucelle team. We know who this dude is. Look at that. His mustache is slightly thicker. Antonio Ralat, and Luis El Precio Guasco. Team Carolina, black tops, red bottoms, making their World Tour debut. That's DJ Laz and DJ Mike Lewis. You will not find 2 better DJs on the planet representing, setting the soundtrack of this incredible event. Yes, indeed. Vin Rock on the mic, Noah Lazarus on the mic. Who else is coming out? Oh, it's just the connection. Martin Balkenende. Boz is just waiting for me to introduce him so he can go. I'm sorry, Boz. I'm turned, man. Listen.
That's all right. That's all right.
Boz is back. The Mountain is back. Women's Series is now to
semis.
The semifinals. Okay, so but let me tell y'all. Let me give Boz his flowers right now. The man is putting in double OT. Yo, Boz is doing World Tour and Women's Series.
Yeah, I'll be whispering to my wife and kids later on this week.
I'll tell you that. He is still standing up straight.
I'm about to drop about 2 octaves just today on.
Mucho respeto.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, Amsterdam. How did they do? Well, let's talk about this year first. In each of the first 2 events, they went to the final. However, they did not come out victorious in either the Utsunomiya opener or Chengdu. Dropped in the quarterfinals in Amsterdam and the Amsterdam Masters last year. Now they're back home. Looking to claim their first Masters crown of the season. How would they do? I want to see. I was disappointed last year. I thought that they could have showed a little more fight, especially in their own backyard.
Yeah, I do expect about the fact that it's hard to play at home, right? You get a lot of stuff going on around the games. You got people wanting tickets from you. You got people wanting autographs from you. You got people wanting video stuff from you. Are you able to play through the distractions? And I think this Amsterdam team could do just that. I just saw them backstage. They looked focused. They looked ready. But look, obviously that might just be hope.
Well, they'll have to keep a close eye on Lado. Antonio Ralat, the dangerous sharpshooter of Team Carolina. He averaged 7 points a game in 5 events last year. 55% from 1, 30% from 2. Kowalski, 4 points, 3 rebounds per. finished top 6 in block shots at 1 per game. So, Carolina with a half new squad. Amsterdam with their, I guess, their regular 4 now going forward without the great Arvin Slaughter, who's doing the Dutch broadcast. Am I right?
He is doing the Dutch broadcast. He's actually sitting right here next to us.
Shout out Arvin Slaughter.
Yeah, look at him expending his portfolio.
What is that, a turtleneck he's got on over there? He's looking slick.
Yup.
All right, let's get back to it. Game number 4, Group A's opener at 3x3 The Voice. That's me in your ear. The Mountain. Boz Rosendahl here as well. Worthy cannot keep up with Lotto. Under it. He gets in for the bucket. Albert's medieval. Thou better step up. Evens the game at 1 apiece. Gonzalez, no good. Worthy. 1-1. ISO game. He decides to drop it off to Drizzy. Big Drizzy to the crib. Lays it in. I thought he might jam that.
That was a hard layup.
Come on, Drizzy.
He had to run up.
Put that down for the home crowd, though, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, you know, you want to be safe, though.
2-1, Amsterdam.
2-1. Amsterdam in front. Uh-oh. Offensive foul.
Offensive foul.
So did you know historically, the record between these two teams is actually in favor of Carolina? 1-2, all games played in 2023, though.
Okay. Well, you got to put some respect on. I know that Carolina is a new name, but for Puerto Rico 3x3, let's not forget that San Juan won the inaugural World Tour final in 2012.
Yeah, I know. Hey, so look, it's men's and women's as the Puerto Rican women today took down the Dutch under 25 squad in the women's series, and they're now in the semifinals.
Look, new leadership. Shout out to Riffa. The vision is still the same, right? The goal is still the same. But some changes. After not making the World Tour final last year, they didn't qualify as one of the final 12. And I don't think that's sitting well with them. 2 is dinero. Money with the foul.
Big shot.
That's a huge bucket. And Gonzalez, look, if he can be this piece for them, another one of those self-creating shooters just like Ralat, they can be a really dangerous team on offense.
Brian Gonzalez Colon. He will put Carolina up 4-3. Height to the rack. Quick clear. Kwasku taking on. I like that matchup, by the way, between Kwasku and Dreesen.
Yep.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. They travel.
4-4. Just across the board. Both teams are 2-2
You know,
fouls.
cutting his teeth in 3x3 is Nate Henry Butler Lynn. What an event for him to get his first World Tour action. Foul connect. Yes, sir. Playing bumper cars on that drive. Ralat trying to lose him. He does that, but he doesn't knock down the shot. And nice look inside. So we got a 5-5 game. When you look at this Amsterdam team, obviously we talked a lot about power rankings, especially on our podcast. Word on the streets, by the way, replace the E's with 3s. Your top 3x3 broadcast. Amsterdam is right up there. If a lot of them consider to be number 1, I put them at 3 simply because they lost to Radon Varus and Chengdu and they lost to Miami, so I had to put those teams in front of them. But they're playing good 3x3.
Look, 2 finals and 2 events ain't nothing to snuff at to start your season. I think they're showing out with this new lineup. Their defense hasn't taken as big a hit as I thought it would. I think that's the main point to take away. And then when they get that lineup going with Balknecht, Worthy, and BA, they get 3 levels of creative players, and they can get the mid-range, the 2, as well as get to the cup with Worthy. Very dangerous team.
Yep, another one of those squads where they play a potential. You don't have to guess what they can do. There's a gold medal that proves that, and a World Tour final title that does the same. BA offline, quick kick to the corner. Gonzalez Colon. He will draw a whistle. Alberts doesn't like it as he heads to the bench with a smile. I don't know if those words are friendly. Brian at the line, lefty, stroke. Carolina in front. Big Drizzy from the right wing. Taking it to the rack with ferocity.
He just got his feet wet on the first attempt and then got a yam on the second.
2 hands for safety. That's a welcome sight for Amsterdam. Kick out. Brian Gonzalez Colon. 8-2. Drizzy is trying to spin free. Balconet up fake. Balconet. He's a maniac and a mohawk. 8-8. Ralat, 2-ball on the way. Papaya. 10-8 contest. Worthy with the fake and the make. This game is off the hinges now. Risky pass.
Wow, how'd they get through?
It works out for a lot. Balconet off target. Kwasku will corral the rebound. Ralat on the run. He's fouled to reach in on Drizzy. But, man, that tempo right there, that back and forth.
Yeah, this pace is incredible. Both teams lightning in a bottle right now. They're just getting buckets from anything. Big Drizzy with the big yam. But, look, I've liked Carolina's approach to this. I mean, they've already played opportunistic 3x3 basketball, and they've leaned fully into that now with the addition of Gonzalez Colon. Ralat was the only one to actually create his own offense in the speed that they need for their team to be successful. Hey, remember Ocasio slowed it down. They slowed it down.
Yep.
Now they get a second creator like that, which is, wow. Try to guard those two.
Having that option. And he's proven to be as potent as Ralat is, at least in this contest. Obviously, we're 3 minutes in, but a couple of deuces knocked down, and he has been an absolute catalyst for Carolina. Ralat with Alberts locking him down, but not cleanly. Little hip hand check apparently, as Ralat got the step, and he will get the whistle. It is the 6th on Amsterdam. So no more leeway for the Dutch to foul without free throws. Round comes Brian Gonzalez Colon. Not that time. It's a misfire as Balconet comes around. Balconet really picked up his game of late in Chengdu, especially day 2. He's looking more and more comfortable in this system. You know, as the season wears on. Here it is, Masters number 3. BA, hand up, throws the shot off. Rebound to the Boricuas. Travel call on Kwasku. No shade to Kwasku, but he's probably not the one you want handling the rock.
Stealing my thoughts here.
Offense.
That's the one. That's the guy you don't want to create his own shot. Kwasku's so good at that pick and roll game, but liable when he handles the Wilson.
Balconet tipping down to the body shot. Ralat. Cross kick. Nate Dogg hit him with the fake, dog. Yeah. Hold up.
That man out here regulating.
12-12. Oh, okay. Man, that's how we gonna come back from break, boss. It's like that.
It is like that.
Oh, get you some of that. Lotto with the power ball. Worthy forced to give it up. BA. toying with his food. Bon appetito! That dish was served back to him.
My goodness.
Nate, no good. Lotto. Back to Nate Dogg. I like your cut, G. High fade on the baseline. Carolina lead it 15-12. Worthy, 2-ball, corner pocket. Oh, the betrayal. It comes out. Ralot no good. Alberts gets it back. BA from a long way. Off right. Wascoot. Chunks the deuces. Missed almost everything.
Yeah, you got to take that apparently with the defense.
Oh, that's a nice pick and slip. Butler's length, especially in that two-man game, I think it works for Carolina. Ooh, nice pull-up. Alberts 15 feet.
16-13.
Quasco, he also can turn the corner, and he will answer right back. Rapido.
This is the problem now for Amsterdam. They want to play at pace with this lineup, but I think Carolina just a tad bit better at playing at that pace. Amsterdam got sucked into taking the first opportunistic shot every single time, while they can shift back into more of a, I say, it's a systematic approach to the game.
Yeah.
And they have not done that. And it's been Carolina with that opportunistic play, just getting ahead slightly.
You can't underestimate them. I mean, you can see the offensive glimpses and the defense. It's the effort. You know, they'll get after you. They're trying to obviously make Amsterdam uncomfortable. And with a 4-point lead here late and defense like that, if this two goes, Amsterdam, they're breathing a sigh of relief as Worthy will try to spin free. Height being pursued. Cologne will get called for the foul. He says, ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué?
That is foul number 8, though.
Oh, that is
7, actually.
7. That's the one that puts them in the penalty. So 2 free throws coming up for Amsterdam with 3:50 to go. The voice of 3x3, Kyle Montgomery, the mountain. Boz Rosendahl, our 3x3 encyclopedia.
Hello.
And double dipping commentator here in Amsterdam.
I got to save some bars for this one. I'm dropping them on the women's series, trust me.
I got to check the highlights later.
You should.
In the break, I just watched the first 3 games over again. Okay. Yeah. All right. Worthy keeping his eyes open for this free throw. And when it comes to Worthy's numbers, check this out. Through 2 Masters, he leads the league in player value, points, rebounds, double fives. He's second in the highlights.
Oh, he's also leading them in drives and blocks.
And drives and blocks, right? The man is worth the price of admission. He got a scene within 2. Oh no. Worthy. Wow. A narrow miss for Worthy as Balconnect pulls up from 12. It'll come right back to him. Under 3.5 to go. Carolina trying to hold on to a 2-point lead, but Worthy can take it away with 1 stroke. And that does not happen that time. Out of bounds, Worthy is contending that Ralot touched it. But I'd have to see the replay there. I mean, I'd have to see the replay. Oh, no, I don't.
Touch his hand.
Yeah, he touched his hand. 17-15.
Amsterdam has managed to slow the game down slightly here. Just slightly, and I think that's in their favor. But Carolina, you saw earlier in this game, they can go on these runs where they just keep hitting shots. They go at you with everything they have. It's a tough team, man. I like their first look at the season so far.
Tough team, tough crowd. The energy is palpable in here as we get closer to crunch time. Carolina 17, Amsterdam 15. Boys in black with the rock. Kowasku will attack Big Drizzy. Hey, you gonna learn today. You gonna learn today. Drizzy putting the D in defense. Premier interior defenders with he and Kowasku. Height. Tried to step through Ralot with a nice defensive play. Big Drizzy. Now his turn against Kowasku. It's a wash between the 2 bigs. Ralot, move it left, picks up the dribble. Gonzalez Cologne. Worthy with the save, but Cologne with the hustle. Now, Ralat against the crafty defender, Worthy. He cares nothing of it. Take him off the to-do list. It's 18-15.
Worthy's gassed.
Well, Alberts, no. Oh, and hard foul, or fall rather, for Dreesen. 2:24 left. And homestanding Amsterdam getting a test in front of the home crowd here, down by 3 in Group A action.
Carolina ball, they lead by 3. Amsterdam trailing by.
Lotto, no. Dreesen up top. Oh, Bal connects. He scrambled him like breakfast eggs. The shoulder shimmy, boss.
Crossed him like Sunday service.
Hallelujah. Inside feet. Gonzalez Colon will keep Amsterdam at bay. 2 ball on the way. Back iron. No good. Alberts. Okay, that's easy work for him. Kick out Colon. Drive. Runner off the glass. No. Uh-oh. Plays like that, missed opportunities like that. We've seen it before. Let's see what happens. Foul connect. Oh, he told him to get lost and he listened. Left Quascoot in the dust. 18-19. Ralat, no. Point game, no. Carolina.
Point game for Carolina.
Oh my goodness, this game is crazy. The connection. Misses it. He'll get another try, maybe. Connect. Drives, kicks. BA 2 ball. No. Quascoot now. Can't foul. Ralat driving, dishing. Quascoot can't hold it. Quascoot, no. Alberts with the step and do it in reverse. 42 seconds left. Ralat gives it up. Oh, the drive, the bump, the runner. Miss. Quascoot, no. Carolina have had every opportunity. Bal connect. Steps back. The connection, no. 23 seconds left. Point game, Carolina. Quascoot tied up. Impression. Told no. 13 seconds. The connection. Pulls the plug. Game over. Amsterdam. With an incredible win. They snatch it from Carolina. 21-20. That would have sent you into cardiac arrest.
I have no words, man. Wow. Wow. Did you see the crowd? What a shot from Balknecht at a moment when it mattered the most. And he knew it was going in. He was walking off at this point.
Wow. Wow. You know, credit Amsterdam. Carolina had every opportunity. I thought they rushed their last 3 or 4 possessions.
They did, and they ended up with, and no disrespect to Luis Quascoot, but they ended up with shots from Quascoot. When you have Ralat, when you have Gonzalez Colon on the team, and they ended up with Quascoot shots. That is game management for a team that needs to take that next step, right? Because Carolina put Amsterdam with their backs to the wall. They had them on the ropes, and they couldn't finish out the game.
Man, that was great resilience. Great resilience, and Amsterdam don't disappoint the home crowd, even though it was close. It was close. They emerged victorious thanks to the connection. Get the shooter's roll with an open look. And despite Carolina having, again, the defending World Tour final champs on the ropes, they come out victorious. Enjoy the rest of the highlights. We'll get ready to continue the action. And hopefully it continues like this. Pool D up next. Vienna and Riffa on the way in 5 from Amsterdam. All right, you saw a look at the groups so far. We are 4 games into a 12-game day, at least for me.
Yeah. Somebody said 19 games?
On the World Tour, that is. Boss has got a little overtime today. But I've been there before. Vienna and Riffa. We've seen this before.
Yes.
We actually saw Vienna to start the day. They picked up a 9-point victory over young Vracar. But now they get to pick on somebody their own size. And when we're talking about power rankings and neck, it seems like year after year, it's Vienna and it's Riffa. It's like a tug of war between who's going to be the more dominant of the two teams. But they both have their share of inconsistencies.
Yes.
They're gangbusters one tournament, and in the next tournament.
But the record between the two teams actually shows just this sentiment. They're 9-8. Vienna is against Riffa, so both teams get a win against each other almost every other tournament.
All right, so good. That proves the point even further. Matthias Lenortner, who played great in his return from an Achilles injury, and that opening win, he's out there with Tony Blazon, Enes Moratti, and Nico Kaltenbrunner. Now, Riffa, here they come. And there's the baby-faced VVO. He came out here to Amsterdam with a naked chin.
Well, yeah. It's a lot of chin, though.
I like it. He just want to rock. Kasper Augustinian. Jonas Ford's coming. He looks fit. He looks like he's been in the lab this offseason.
He's worked on his fitness. He's been lifting weights, and he's lost some weight, actually. And it was already noticeable in the first couple of tournaments of the year. He's using his driving ability more.
I like that display of dedication from Ford. If I'm a teammate of his, he's showing me that he's putting forth an effort that he wants to take his game to the next level. As far as Riffa goes, we did see them in the opener. They dropped in the quarterfinals. They didn't get the best tournament from Dennis Donker, who's normally incredibly reliable. So it was kind of those one-off kind of tournaments for Donker. You just never see it, and I think it was a huge contributor in them dropping out of the opener early. They did play deep into the recent Hong Xiong Challenger, but fell flat in the semifinals. That was not an encouraging game. I think they scored like 8 points.
Oh, man, that was a horrible game because they had a score lined up for him. In a loss, they needed 16 points to come in third, and they just laid an egg. 8 points. They got locked down by 3 Hangzhou players. Now, we saw how good Hangzhou plays with 3 earlier, but still.
Yeah.
That was not Riffa-like.
Yeah, the apropos word for 3x3 is amnesia. You have to forget about it. You have to have such a short memory in order to keep moving forward. So, yeah, that was a bad performance. Could have played better at the opener. New tournament, maybe new life for Riffa as they lace up against rival Vienna. Pool D action from Amsterdam. Here we go. Riffa in the blue. They'll start with possession. Kaltenbrunner defending. Dennis the Menace. Got an early whistle push on Vienna. They push Vracar around using their experience and size. A lot of their damage was done on the inside. Kaltenbrunner and Moratti provide the early sparks. And he thought he had a friend. He forgot about Augustinian. Tied for the league lead in blocks last year. And Kasper going to work. Augustinian. I've been calling him Augustinian for so long. Right?
You got to get the right.
I know it. Okay, I'll let you handle that. Kaltenbrunner gets that one to trickle in. Jonas Art just misses it from deep. Tony. Down low, and that's the right thing to do, is attack the smaller Donker. If there's one, I guess, weakness in his game, might be that interior post D.
Just getting started. 47 seconds of pass thus far. That's Moratti to take it out.
Moratti resetting. Gets to the center of the paint. He will elevate.
And hit dog.
That is what Augustine will do for your defense, though. His length makes it so difficult to score at the basket.
Augustine will get it back. That is gift wrapped and thrown down.
He with you. Precision.
How can you find a ghost?
With the incision.
In the dark.
Yeah, apparently so.
He couldn't see him.
And he still got him a pass.
But I think getting Augustine the ball early and getting that confidence going, making him feel involved and not just a defender, I think that bodes well for his confidence, and he plays better late in the games when you get him involved early. Kaltenbrunner off the left side of the glass with the right hand.
Kaltenbrunner's been on a tear today, man. 6 for 8 from 1, 1 from 1 for 2 in their win over Vračar for 8 points, combined with 3 drives and 4 drives and 3 key assists. That's a stat line for you.
Hey, but they had that balance, right? Kaltenbrunner led the way. Blazan also had 5. Lenortner with 5. Moratti with 4. Forts all by himself. Layup line set up by none other than Dennis Dominguez. VVO. He may be outsized, but he's scrappy, man.
Yeah, he's a heady defender, and he brings a lot of their emotional toughness, I'd say.
Yeah, and he's gained the confidence of his teammates over the years. Oh, tornadic spin.
It's a soft touch on the back of the
He ain't in Kansas anymore, Dorothy. 3-3, pull up. Nope. Asper tracks it down, VBO. He'll redirect. He just wants to get the ball to somebody. Donker, cross, and finishes.
It's another one of those hard layups. 2 big steps. I thought he was going to yam it.
Donker yammed one a few weeks ago.
Yeah, no.
Which challenge that was?
No, he did. But
It's rare. It's rare. You hardly ever see.
you're waiting for those moments, huh?
Have you ever seen Kaltenbrunner dunk one?
I have not. Curious to see if we can get it.
I'm going to ask him later on. Moratti. In and out. Drive. Dish. Look at the defense from Forts. The effort was there, but Vienna able to turn it into points anyway. Kaltenbrunner will call for the reach-in foul. And in case you missed the news earlier, Matthias Lenortner back in the lineup for Team Vienna. He tore his Achilles at the Almaty Masters over or little under a year ago, and he worked diligently to recover, and is now here for the 3rd Masters of 2025 and contributing well in that first game with 5 points. On the bench now, watching this 4-4 tie. Forts, not enough Forts on that 2 attempt. Rare to see Jonas miss one like that dead on. Jason Statham gets him started. Oh, I'm sorry. I meant this Moratti. Oh, Blazan. Oh, what a play. Moratti hits the deck. Something's. Uh-oh. He's going to get called for the technical for flopping?
I think so.
Let's see. Number one, this play was ridiculous.
Yeah, that's rainbow and unicorns magic right there.
There was no way that was supposed to even work. Every play matters. They said rainbows and unicorns. Yeah, a magical play for them indeed. He's got magic in his fingers, I'm sure. DJ Mike Lewis, look at him. Look at him. He just loves his camera time. Another cameo for Mike Lewis and DJ Lass. And I'm still waiting for the camera to come see us.
Yeah, no.
I dressed up today, boss. I was expecting to.
I see, man. I mean, I see everything except your legs.
I got the pepper out of my teeth and.
No, but you got some camouflage pants on.
Yeah,
I can't see where
out
your
of my
knees
eyes.
start.
Where's my cameo at, man? Our cameo. Finally, I'm sitting at the same height as you.
Yeah.
Dashes in at the line.
You brought some new kicks as well. I'm curious to see those.
I'll show you my new custom. Second, 5-5. The Menace runs into trouble. He's a step inside the two-point arc. Won't go anyway. Pulling foul on Vic Van Oostervik.
Foul.
Just over 3 minutes eclipsed. So we're approaching the midway point of day one here in Amsterdam. Last year was Oob who took the title here. The year previous, it was Vienna who won it here. 2025, that slot is yet to be filled. 2 days of action from here at the NDSM Wharf. Augustine. We will miss that. Fort's unselfish play. Great look from Jonas Fort.
Yeah, that's the multiple screening action there for VVO. And Fort's with the awareness. Look, Fort's, again, that improved fitness has enabled him to drive, but to get more key assists going out of the pick and roll. He's a very good passer, showing off his skills here.
Yeah, stay sharp even when fatigued. Moratti, stop and go.
Denied.
Got it beat.
Not in my house. Oh, nice
And
catch.
then the feed from Forts to Augustinian. Carlton Brunner at low center of gravity. So tough in the post. 7-6. Forts, deep stroke, no. Donker, free throw line extended, also a no. Augustinian is down. Moratti doesn't take advantage. Instead, he runs out to the two-point arc.
That's gentlemanly. When the player's down, you just got to wait for him to get back up and then run your offense.
I get it. I understand it. He was being courteous. That's not so courteous.
Blocking like Minecraft out there.
Who goes there? Thou shalt not enter. 7-6. Kicked out. Maddie, ice. 8-7. But Norton is shooting it well when given the opportunities. Donker on a dead sprint to the rim. He'll get it back. 8-8 contest. Now Moratti with a slow step. Here, that was old school. That was a two-step. He was listening to Earth, Wind, and Fire. Marvin Gaye.
Well, you would be the one to remember.
The 25th of the September. It's terrible.
We're getting off the rails.
9-8. Don't worry, I'll reel Boz in a second. He just gets like this sometimes. 1 point game. Carlton Brunner. No.
Short.
Blazon
Out of bounds.
reaching in.
Score 9-8, 4:45 remaining in the game. Riffa 16 pounds. Being a 14 pounds.
If you're not following us on social media, we like new friends. Come on, come on. At FIBA 3x3, use the hashtag 3x3WT Amsterdam to get active in this one. Trying to activate Forts. He'll kick it to VVO. VVO, no. No, no.
That didn't float.
No. It didn't float at all. He was kind of panicked late in the shot.
It's not a shot you see VVO take often.
That was not in his bag.
Earlier,
There's the burner. He pulls out the two-shooter and gives Vienna a three-point lead. That is how you lob it.
What a play! Oh, alley-oop! Wow.
So Vienna get ghosted.
Penetration
Casper.
pass with a detonation.
Bouncy like he heard a good beat, and he yams it.
You need a whistle.
You know, in years past, Augustinian would always try to dunk those with one hand.
Yeah, yeah.
And he had some near just crazy, and they would always come out. So I think he switched it up now to 2 hands.
Smartly.
For safety. Forts cannot trim into that Vienna lead. It remains at 2. That one's kicked. Fresh 12. 4:04 left. Riffa, who played in 13 events last year, including the World Tour Final where they finished 3rd, won their only Masters in Marseille, did reach the semifinals 6 times. Colton Brunner off target.
And Lenortner's making a huge impact with his long-range shooting, but his rebounding as well.
Love what Lenortner brings. It's a little bit of a tongue twister. A lot of love for Lenortner. And good to see him back. VVO gets called for that foul. I think that was pretty good job there from Moratti.
I mean, I guess acting comes with age. Let's say that.
I didn't call him Jason Statham by mistake earlier. Like
Jason Statham acts in one way. He just gets a gun and shoots around.
That's a fact. I didn't see the bump on that last. Did you see it?
I did not. But again, I wasn't paying attention. I'm snacking, man.
Oh, that's right.
You got to go out there and tell everybody I'm eating food.
That's right. I got to eat in the break. You eat that up. And I'm feasting my eyes on Moratti at the line. He'll miss the first of 2. Second, wait. That'll go. Would have been a late violation. So obviously Riffa in the penalty with their 7 fouls. Vienna with 1 to give.
Check ball. Riffa, they trail by 4.
Augustinian gives it up. Oh, Donker. Nice move. Donker finds himself alone. And cannot get to it in time. So Vienna will take over. 3:33 left in this one. Vienna with a chance to secure the top spot out of the group with a 2-0 record if they can hold Riffa off. Just had a pretty wild finish between Carolina and Amsterdam prior to this one.
That's great defense by Forts.
Now Forts taking on 2. Man, that had a chance to be one of the posters of the year.
You foreshadowed this.
No, the Nortner, when the hands were up in a mercy position. Mercy! But Augustinian didn't finish it. 2 hands is the way. Verustovic spins, hands it over. Oh yeah, he just got plowed over by Lenortner. I think we know who's had more meat and potatoes between the 2. Little light there, VVO. He's up and he's good. The menace. Cross kick. No. Loose ball. That's a good hustle there from VVO. Donker and Forts now share. VVO in the cut. Van Oosterwijk will finish the lay.
And look, VVO has been making an impact all year. Up in his scoring from a year ago.
Yes. I think they've trusted him more. If I'm Riffa, though, I'd like to see him be able to knock down some open 2s. Forts got it off, but didn't get it to go. Stays a 4-point lead for Vienna until Moratti will misfire. You know, wherever Dennis is going, he's going to get there fast.
I think this is the mode Dennis got to get into because his shooting is not going now that well.
Scramble for the loose ball.
That's one of those difference-making plays.
Every hustle play
finding a way to have an impact.
Yeah, every hustle play going his way. Look at this. Gets a hand in there and then makes sure it goes out of bounds and he doesn't touch it last. So it is Riffa possession. Look at the emotion as well. Your team needs a guy like VVO.
I agree.
I know me and you have been critical of him in the past.
Yeah.
but your team needs a VVO. Even if he can't knock down an open two, he will get his hands on every loose ball. He'll get you some extra possessions in the game. His pick and roll game is not bad.
Yeah.
And look, it's the emotional stuff. You got to have someone be an emotional leader on your 3x3 team.
If I were them, I'd put him in the lab and I'd have him shooting all off season. We know he can do all the other stuff. I'd set him up around the court. He'd be shooting all off season. Anyway, it's Augustinian getting it down to a one-possession game. Moratti drives, steps through, lost the handle on it.
Bouncing out of bounds. It's Riffa ball.
Forts,
Double foul.
got a double foul. Augustinian and Nordner both getting tangled up. So each team attributed a foul. No free throws, as they will offset each other. You can definitely see
Now in the penalty.
them wrangling each other up. Oh, Donker.
He is not shooting with confidence again. And look, same thing happened in Utsunomiya. Then he changed it up for Hongcheon and actually played well to 8.3 points per game. And here again, just there's some doubt with his shot. And he is one of the better shooters in the entire game of 3x3 basketball. I don't get it.
Yeah, last year, I think 34% from long range is, having a clear head when you play this game is so important, especially for a Dennis Donker who Riffa depend upon so much. 3.7 points per game from a player that's typically averaging 7 per is,
And those are your Utsunomiya stats only, right? If you go pro circuit, you get the challengers in there, and then it's up to like 6. But still, you expect more from Dennis.
No, those are his, season numbers. Yeah, they're only one other time. Yeah. 16-12. Forts, no hesitation. Rolls off the iron, and I believe that's going to go off blue. They wanted a foul. They will get neither. Possession to Vienna. Minute 23 left. Blue ball. That goes off of Kaltenbrunner's leg. And back up top to the Menace.
They trail by 4.
Donker and Forts.
Remaining in the game.
Forts on the inside to Donker. That is exactly the action that they wanted.
Acceleration with the penetration.
The shot not falling. Donker is intent on getting to the rim. His team down by 3. Make that 4.
Let it perfectly.
Under a minute to go. Vienna holding off Riffa. Donker whips it in and is snuffed out by Tony Blazan.
Rajan. Final
KTB.
42 seconds.
Oh, down goes Forts.
Kaltenbrunner stunned him.
Jonas, contact.
And the say was
And 2
foul.
free throws were going to come anyway. Beyond the arc.
Shots here.
Well, Jonas, with a couple of big ones here, he can pull this team within 3 points, 32 seconds to go. We've seen crazier things happen. So a crucial trip to the line and
Unable to hit the first one.
Riffa is just a little bit out of the rhythm when it comes to shooting, and credits to Vienna for making this a game where Riffa could only score ones. Vienna has gotten enough 2-point shots to go down to be in a big lead here.
It's the defense. Forts splits a pair, but it's still a 2-possession game, which means Riffa are going to need a couple of 2s. And that certainly won't help Blajan. Too strong. Donker. He seeps through the cracks. And he pays for it. Hits the deck, fouled. 2 free throws here. Same situation. But this time with 1 added foul to Vienna. does make things a little bit more interesting depending on what Donker can do at the line, because the next Vienna foul would be a 10th. 2 free throws and possession. And Donker is going to miss the first as well. Free throws have been a bugaboo for Riffa.
Crucial misses here for a team that, again, struggles to find their rhythm shooting outside the arc. You need these.
Splits a pair. Vienna going to use some clock and look to end this. Colton Brunner. Foul about Forts. He felt like that should have got continuation. We'll have to just do it the old-fashioned way at the free throw line. They're actually going to take a closer look at it. If that touched the glass first.
Yeah, and then if Riffa smacked it off the glass, then that might just be a score and 2 free throws coming up.
So that's what the argument is.
Game score 19 of 15. No basket, 2 shots.
No bucket. 2 free throws.
Seal the deal here.
And Colton Brunner, first of 2, on the brink of securing a 2-0 start for Vienna.
Second free throw.
Nico, cool as the AC fan. 21-15 Vienna over Riffa again in a foul-heavy contest. The Austrians take the 2 away, turn up the defense, and come out with a dub that gives them a 2-0 record. It'll be between Riffa and Vracar as the number 2 team out of Pool D. So that's that for that one. But as promised, more action on the way and highlights coming up right now. Pool C is who we have on deck. Toulouse and Liman in a clash of the Titans. The Serbians and the French do battle once again here in Amsterdam. They'll get going here in just a couple of minutes, so don't go far. Enjoy the highlights, and we'll get to that game coming up next. What y'all trying to do? 24 karat magic in the Amsterdam. We're back. Toulouse and Liman. Our first look at Liman here. We did see Toulouse earlier, and they just dismantled Dusseldorf. So now here they are. Should be a bigger test for Toulouse, without a doubt. A Liman team that is still trying to put it together, but they have some weaponry in their arsenal. We'll see them in a bit, but here comes Toulouse. Hugo Suhar doing a good job breaking the defense down, penetrating. The lob action with Segala. provided a nice highlight in their opener. Paul Joko, he got bouncy there for a second. Team Toulouse, who won the LaSalle Challenger title.
You know who against who?
Against
Liman in the finals.
Yes, a rematch. It's the balance. 5 points for each of the French players, except for Rambo, who had 6. That's the same type of Toulouse 3x3 that helped them win that LaSalle Challenger. Now Liman. Coming out in the blue. Coming down the steps into your living room. After parting ways with the game's second all-time leading scorer, Stefan Kojic, they needed a consistent score, and I think they might have taken a step towards getting some of that scoring back with Nemanja Zigon. Played in the Hongxiong and Lucelle Challengers. He can shoot the long ball 40%. Can score it 9 points a game.
Look, 9 points in that final against Toulouse in Lucelle as well. And look, the man is bouncy. He almost took off somebody's head trying to dunk on one.
Yeah, he's rocking number 8. He's the man to keep an eye on in this one. We've seen a couple of different looking rosters for Liman. So you won't see Stojanovic in this one. The one constant that you will see is the manimal. Mihailo Vasic. No, Milutinovic, he's up there too. So no shortage of athleticism in this one. There's Frank Segela, 1 of 3 from Tulane, 5 points. Player value of 8.6 in that opener against Dusseldorf. And a rematch of the LaSalle Challenger coming up here and now.
But you know how we do.
I'm curious at this version of Liman, though, as they are very, very lengthy with this lineup. Zigon, not the tallest player, but he's bouncy. It's Stefanovic, Vasic, and Milutinovic. Taller players, long arms.
Well, I talked with Milutinovic earlier, the DRE. He told me that for them, they want to make sure that their defense sets the tone for the team. One of the reasons why they went with a larger roster. Oh, there's Zigon. He sends that one away. So Zigon tells Rambo, be gone.
Welcome to the World Tour, Nemanja Zigon. That's a heck of a first play.
He contests too hard late in the shot clock. Yeah, he's got a very business-like approach. He looks focused, man. And I expected him to be a little bit bigger, but
he's not.
He's not. He shows the explosion, getting past Suhart, and sneaks in for the layup. His first points on the 2025 World Tour up top. And Rambo will touch that one last, out of bounds off of Gray. The Manama. Vasic to the DRE. He will drain it. That's an encouraging sign for Milutinovic, who sometimes can be streaky. But when he's in his groove, he's one of those players that can, I mean, we saw in Hongxiong, he blazed the place. 9 points a game, 45% from 2. They just need that a little bit more consistently from Andrea Milutinovic.
Yeah, and remember last year he had a ton of injuries. So I think he's more healthy than he's been in a minute.
Yeah, surgery on his knee, I believe, this offseason. Meantime, look what Joko pulled out of his bag. Down to Vasquez. That is automatic. Counted up. Vasic with the position. And we'll make this a 4-1 Liman game. Paul Joko. He's fouled. And I believe that's on the floor. Oh, no, he's shooting one. DJ Mike Lou. I remember he challenged me to a one-on-one here several years ago.
Did you beat him?
Come on. Is fat meat greasy?
Mike Lewis could play, though.
He can. He got a little and one mixtape mixed in his game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
he used to play with those really long shorts back in the day. You remember those?
Yes, indeed.
Stretch.
Oh, stretch. Stefanovic, no. Vasquez will track it down. And finds Stefanovic, who stays active.
Stretch. Catch it in midair and lay it in.
Oh, too hard. Too hard.
You go too hard. 5-2.
Zigon. That one back iron to Segala will get Toulouse reset. Looking at a three-point deficit at the moment. Segala misdribbles it. Sticks with it, contorts, and scores it. So persistence paying off for Segala.
5-3.
Gala, man, tough as nails. Nothing seemed to be going right for him on that drive. But he gets to a spot, manages to get the ball up, and it falls to make this a two-point contest. There's he gone. Oh, lay something in.
What a play in the air. The windmill skill with the pill. And it's going to be a foul.
I'm liking Zigon, man. Look, I watched him in that Lucille Challenger. I only watched the final game, though. But he's explosive. He's heady. He's got a little bit of shiftiness to him besides the athleticism as well. So, a good ad.
And young and pretty young, 29.
Yeah, and look, not to get down on Stefan Koic, who's one of the all-time greats, right? But he's a system in 3x3 onto himself. And you have to play his way or you won't win at all. And I think Zigon fits in to what Liman wants to do.
Well, there comes a certain age where you have an expiration date when a team can build around you.
Yes.
Very few teams are going to build around and do this 38 plus, you know. Stretch, using that link to break it up, gets the steal for the boys in blue. And Toulouse's offense, they sit a little bit of a dry spell here the first 3 minutes with just a trio of points. Round comes Zigon. Oh, that time he travels.
TV timeout.
So 4-point lead, Liman. Here's part of the reason they've got that advantage. Drede inside. And Vasic converting as well. Saw Stefanovic get active. And Toulouse looking to wake up this offense that flows so smoothly in game one.
Lower the elbow. Hands it off.
Good defense there from Zigon, who sagged off and stopped that, that oob action that Toulouse like to run.
And then afterwards, guarded Rambo underneath the basket.
Yeah. You know, I think Rambo's got to get a little meaner. He's got to get a little meaner. At that size?
That's just the soft curls, though. You can't do it.
Offensive foul.
That's a tough combination.
Man, we discriminating on his luxurious hair.
Be honest, though. Have you ever seen a mean person with Jerry curls? I have not.
No. Now that I think about it. Oh, man. What number whistle is that now? Let's see. It's the fifth on Liman. So maybe, Toulouse, maybe that's their way back into this game.
6:22 remaining game.
Uh-oh. So Gala goes down.
Foul.
And Zigon is the culprit. Zigon over to the bench. What kind of kicks has Zigon got on?
More fouls to give. Joko to take it out.
I'd say spiders? Donovan Mitchell's shoes? I don't know.
Interesting selection. Suhard, couple of steps backs.
Front of the rim.
Dre inside. Joko on the back of Vasic. 3x3 oftentimes is so much about matchups. Pinky. This matchup just seems to favor Liman. They're the more physical team.
9-3.
They haven't let Toulouse get into a lot of the actions that they run regularly.
9-4.
And 9-4 is the lead they have because of it.
I think they match up well with him size-wise, especially in this lineup as well.
Whistle.
That whistle against Vasic. No argument for the Olympic bronze medalist and world champion.
This game's down to a grind, and that is exactly what Liman wanted. You alluded to it earlier in the game. They want to win on defense. It's working so far.
Well, it also helps when Segala takes his eye off the ball. And what they do is they just make matters worse. Oh, okay. Apparently that was touched. No, it wasn't. Segala, get on defense. But just shooting themselves in the foot. They haven't looked in sync, really, to me, at any point in this game. Zigon, he is a missile seeking to destroy.
Yuck.
Beeline to the basket.
Oh, Milutinovic had something, but he is a missile. Look at him.
That man's got James Cameron explosion to him.
Oh. 10-4. Suhard coming around. Oh. See, when Suhard is shooting them like that, you got some bad juju in the game. Like nothing seems to be working right now.
Toulouse all the way out of sync. They can't get their pick and roll game going, and that just eliminates all of their opportunities. Now they're reverting to one-on-one options. Look, again, Liman matches up with them ties-wise. They're the more physical squad.
And the experience of Vasic, who's the only remaining mainstay from the legendary Liman teams of old. Oh, shoot. Vasic actually got hit in the face by his own player. And that was nothing but you-know-what from two range. Vasic slow to get to his feet. But he looks to be okay. Toulouse with some life with that long two by Suhard. That'll get it down to 4 points as we're past the midway point. Stefanovic, right elbow. Oh, getting ziggy with it. Na 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 na.
Getting ziggy with it?
I
like that.
Zigon with the step back. You heard it? You heard them ankles pity patting?
12-6. That's team foul number 8.
I like that it seems like every week we're getting an emerging player, like somebody that puts their stamp on the tournament. We saw Lazic
in Hong Xiong.
Yup, in Hong Xiong. And we've been anticipating his World Tour debut this year, and Zigon is not disappointing. Is he bleeding from the lip?
Could be.
I think he is. On the bench over there, he's going to have to get.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's going to have to get.
Leaking.
I don't think he even recognized it until now.
Splash on free throw number 2, so he splits him.
So until Zigon can get whatever the issue is with his lip, he's not going to be able to re-enter this game. Milutinovic back iron. Joko will wait for the screen. A lot of standing around here, and they get the 2 to go.
Segella, 12-9.
12-9. Travel called on Vasic.
This is how quick a game of 3x3 can turn, right? Liman in the driver's seat, and all of a sudden the momentum is with the French.
First team on defense. See, there's Zigon. Zigon tried to come back in the game, and I've been saying that if he doesn't get that lip taken care of, he couldn't re-enter the court. And now the staff is finally going to get a look at it. Could be a window here for Toulouse.
Oh, nice pass.
That's wide open to Rambo. Mullet proof with the throwdown. And we're looking at a 12-10 game now. Something as simple as the mistake they made and Zigon not being able to check back in. Stefanovic is obviously gassed.
Yeah, that's going to throw the rhythm of your team off in the sense that in 3x3 you can only go so far into the red and then you got to get out and recover. And that constant substitution helps everybody to keep it fresh longer. And now Stefanovic has overextended himself.
And look at the body language in the Toulouse huddle. You know,
they know, they smell blood literally.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But they were lethargic. The offense, nobody was moving. They got a couple of twos to go from Segella and Suhard late in the shot clock that went down, fortunately for them. But nothing has really flowed so smoothly for Toulouse in this one. But they kept fighting, and now they find themselves within reach. 3:29 to go. Anybody's game. 12-10 Liman. Milutinovic, up fake, leans, misses. Vasquez, fighters, keepers, losers, weepers. Joko runs in the stretch, a head-on collision between those two. More like a chest-on collision. Question is, who touched it last? DJ Last making it last. 2x3 Unite shirts representing up there. Zigon still getting that lip attended to. He probably should have told somebody sooner when he was bleeding.
He probably thought he could get back in the game.
But yeah, lesson learned. He's new to the World Tour. Segella, rock, right, left. What a shot from Frank Segella. A Midas touch on that last make. But I'm still scratching my head at how Segella makes that looping hook off the window.
You can get some really big fish with that hook.
I'm trying to tell you.
My word.
He can pull in a whale with that thing. Here's the two-pointer that he knocks down. And Segella has breathed new life into Toulouse. Spinning free and magnifique. The ebbs and flows, the ups and downs, as momentum is swinging back and forth with these two. Liman still holding them off. Just a possession. Vasquez getting tricky with it. Ooh, hard screen.
Technical foul.
Oh yeah, offensive foul, blue, and technical foul for behavior.
Now with a 10 team foul, so they are the double penalty.
Liman at the double penalty too.
Possession for every defensive foul moving forward.
Unraveling.
Suhard at the line, cashes in.
I apologize, man. I know they put some nice snacks in front of us, and I might have poured through that whole thing.
I could only resist for a certain amount of time. You go. Boss. Runner. Falling away. No. Whistle inside. That foul is on Toulouse. They are in the penalty. They're seventh. And as Boz just mentioned, Liman in much worse trouble with 10 fouls. But for now, it is Liman stepping up to the free throw line. Andrea Milutinovic with 2 that could put Liman Up by 3, never mind. Milutinovic. Oh, the second. No good either. Oh, that's whistled off of Toulouse.
Yeah, Zigon with the quick hands. Forcing a turnover on the French, getting the possession back for his team. A much needed possession, I might add.
Zigon. Uh-oh. Stefanovic hits the ground. Suhard is not happy. Shares some words with Stefanovic. He thinks he was flopping a little bit. Maybe he was, maybe he wasn't. In any case, he's up to the line, and they continue to miss free throws. The free throw woes are haunting Liman. It was Milutinovic at first, and now it's Stefanovic, who's caught a case of the misses. He is able to knock down the second.
2-point lead. He goes too hard, tosses it high, and layup for
nice connection.
Down low.
Yeah, finally a pick and roll going there for the French. Took him a while.
Stefanovic reverse. 14-13, it'll stay. Suhard, the hustle. Man, how good has Segala been in this game, especially the second half?
He's kept his team in it.
Zico! Big two. Quick response from Toulouse. This game getting more interesting the closer we get to the finish line. Oh, the man on the charge is rewarded for the hustle.
17-15.
Such a good rebounder, and he gets his own offensive rebound and puts it back.
Rambo, clean look. It'll ricochet off the iron. 45 seconds left. Stefanovic with position. With a much smaller Suhard. Now Hugo, he has the advantage with Vasic defending. Vasic runs into the screen. Pick and roll, and they pick him apart. But Liman looking to use some clock. Neither team can foul. Zigon. Oh, it's gone. Good night. Oh, and he blew it. Oh.
18-16.
You got to finish your breakfast.
That was a game breaker.
My goodness. But Liman with the lead and with the ball.
Able to get the shot off. It's a shot clock violation.
So shot clock violation.
Correction.
I'm not going to say it's inconsequential because a 2 would tie this game. So Toulouse will get, I'm assuming, a little bit more time on the clock here. It's 1.8 as of now, but I think they'll get about, 2.5, 3 seconds? That's certainly enough time to get a look to try to tie this game up. But this, a huge two-piece from Nemanja Zigon. World Tour debut here in 2025. And he is making an incredible first impression. Especially if they can hold on to win. 2.3 seconds on the game clock officially to wrap up this Pool C. Official Talasainen. I'm not sure what he's informing Zigon of. Oh, probably give him a clean check.
Yep.
All right, basically
All right, 2.3. Hugo, Suhard, 2-ball on the way. Won't go. So Toulouse are going to drop 18-16 to Liman and are unable to go undefeated in group play. They will wrap up 1-1, which will leave one game remaining in Pool C. And that'll feature Dusseldorf and Liman. So unless Dusseldorf can pull off an unbelievable upset, these two teams should very well be on the way to the quarterfinals.
You are very right. I think that would be a Liman win, probably penciled in beforehand. We'll see, though. Dusseldorf maybe able to pull something out of the hat. Liman had a tough stretch in the middle of this game, though, which is something to keep an eye on, right? Zigon went to the bench. They struggled for a bit. Remember, they missed a bunch of free throws. Milutinovic got it started with 2 misses.
Yeah.
But I'm sure his team forgives him because he's still DRE.
It's the DRE.
No, but really, though, it's something to keep an eye on as we watch the moving pictures from this game as they can go on droughts. And I think that's something that teams can take advantage of.
Well, they became, heavily relying upon Zigon. And even though he hooped, he played well. He did it all. That lull nearly costed Liman. But Toulouse just did not bring that same fire and intensity into this matchup. And Liman able to pull away. 2-point victory officially in the books. As we will put this particular segment of the day in the books as well. So halfway through our first day of play here in Amsterdam. And a few last looks at Nemanja Zigon and Team Liman getting the W. 6 games left. We're going to take a 2-hour break before we cap the day. Women's Series semis and final also on the way. And the final 6 contests of pool play in the World Tour Amsterdam. We're going to return at 15:30 local time, just under 2 hours. So we'll take an intermission, take a breather, get reset for the rest of the day. So see you guys in a couple hours back here from Amsterdam.